Countertops are a major decision for any kitchen, but not all materials perform the same. Today, we're breaking down the 4 most popular options for a luxury remodel. That would be marble, quartz, granite, or porcelain. I'll compare them across categories that matter most to homeowners, like cost, durability, style, options, and long-term value. By the end, you'll know exactly which surface fits your lifestyle. What's the most affordable option? Well, the highest material cost would start at marble, then quartz, granite, and finally porcelain, which would be the most affordable material to purchase. However, while porcelain costs less for the material itself, it requires a time-consuming professional installation, which brings it up to the same cost as quartz, sometimes more. If you haven't done a remodel for some time, you might be surprised to see how much more affordable granite has actually become over the years, as the popularity of quartz has forced the market to adjust stone prices. But this also assumes that we're discussing standard granite options, like this one. An exotic granite can cost even more than marble. And of course, natural stone prices vary dramatically by the specific slab that's selected at the stone yard. Which has the best long-term ROI? You would think that the best return on investment would be marble. But that would only be if it's a high-quality marble that's maintained in ideal conditions. And that might be asking a lot if it's a busy kitchen. So more realistically speaking, quartz would offer the best ROI because it's most likely to look just as good many years later as it did the day that it was installed. So the most affordable option is going to be standard granite, which means that you're going to have this speckling pattern where you are working with a natural stone that when treated properly will last you a lifetime. There are, of course, variations in quality between brands depending on their certifications and what country they're made in, but you would personally, as the consumer, would be hard-pressed to tell the difference yourself when selecting between these reputable brands. Well, what has become known as standard quartz is actually premium quartz, as it's a high-quality material that is readily available from a variety of brands, with most being fairly comparable to one another. I would want you to be aware that quartz is also available as builder grade or even a substandard grade, where it's mass-produced with less stone in the actual finished product and a lot more resin. This puts a priority on the absolute lowest cost, which means it sounds like a bargain and it looks good when it's installed, but it will easily be scratched or even melted. And sometimes they're not food safe, which is really concerning for residential use. If you have any doubts, just make sure it's NSF and Green Guard certified. This way you'll be confident that it's safe to install in your home. Granite is most commonly standard granite, with recognizable names such as Abataba, Santa Cecilia, Black Galaxy. These standard granites are common and affordable, but they have a consistent speckling pattern, making them easy to work with since we don't have to worry about putting the pieces together in a certain way, but it's very limiting in terms of style when designing a modern kitchen. There are premium and luxury granite options, which can be truly gorgeous, with unusual veining and colors, but the more unique and rare the granite is, the price point can become overwhelming. Marble has multiple levels of quality. Where it's sourced from, how dense it is, there's a whole spectrum of quality when it comes to marble. But for countertops, you really want at least a mid-grade, if not higher. With porcelain, you can only use high-quality porcelain for countertops, or it will break really quickly. I mean, maybe even during installation. When we're talking about durability and strength, we can talk about which ones resist scratches, chips, cracking, staining, heat. So we can acknowledge marble is beautiful, but it's a delicate material. It can scratch or chip fairly easily, and it stains fast. I mean, really fast. The moment something spills on marble, you're going to want to rush to clean it right away. Even if it's something without much color like a white wine, immediate wipe. The marble will stain otherwise. But marble can handle heat really well because it's a natural stone. Quartz is very difficult to scratch, and a quality brand will reasonably handle heat, but super high temperatures can still damage it. So better to be safe and put a trivet under that cast iron pot when it's coming out of the oven. If you're looking for the ultimate in quartz durability, you want quartz that has what's known as ISO 9001 certification. This ensures a manufacturer follows a consistent production process. And I've found that the brands who take this measure have a product that is extremely scratch and heat resistant. In contrast, the cheapest brands can scratch and melt with even the most reasonable daily use. Since granite is a natural stone, it can handle extreme heat with ease, allowing you to put a hot pot right on the counter. Granite is super strong, but it can chip at weak points, such as the edge above the undermount sink, and as long as it's properly sealed, it's almost impossible to stain. Porcelain is as good at handling heat as granite, but it's more prone to cracking. So which ones need special treatment? Quartz and porcelain are man-made, so they need zero maintenance. Just keep it clean and you're good to go. Granite should be professionally sealed every 3 to 5 years. And if you do that, it should last you forever. But marble should be resealed annually. So every year you want to take care of it. No matter what you choose, if it's the right quality and installed correctly, it should last you a solid 20 to 30 years. If you're looking for the ultimate in durability, then you're going to want to go with high-end quality quartz because you don't have much to worry about when it comes to scratching. Staining will be fine as long as you keep it clean. There's no upkeep or maintenance. And the only concern you're going to have is extreme temperatures, which you can just put a trivet underneath your pot and you'll be good to go. When we're discussing the variety and choices of colors and patterns, we can consider that quartz and porcelain will offer the largest variety of colors and styles. Because it's man-made, you can choose what you want off the website or a brochure, and what you'll get is a very similar, if not exact match to what you ordered. The companies are able to make whatever unique style with different pigments, different finishes. There's no real limit. Whereas the style of marble and granite, it's limited to the actual slab that you select. The color and style of natural stone is decided basically by however God made the mountain. All we do is cut a slice, polish it, and we show off its natural beauty. That challenge is also one of the reasons people prefer marble and granite. There's just something romantic about working with a natural stone. When we're looking at the choices of customizing the edges, the natural stone and the quartz offer all the unique options. From the bullnose, the OG, double OG, there's no limit really. It can be done to create a unique edge or that look that you want on your counter. With porcelain, however, you're generally locked into a standard 90-degree mitered edge, as that's how it's installed. Whereas the other ones are actually a solid 3 centimeters thick. Porcelain is just a little more than a centimeter. So that deep dish look is created by applying the same skinny material as the counter itself to the face of it. And then the mitered edge come together to create that illusion of a thick counter. So for this reason, porcelain counters usually look impressively thick. Since anyway, the edges are being mitered, might as well go for an impressive look. When you want a variety of styles, colors, and options for your finished edges, quartz is the clear winner. You have almost infinite possibilities. You just gotta look for what you like. So what's the best choice for a luxury kitchen versus a budget remodel? For budget remodel, I would go with that standard granite or even an affordable brand of quartz. Whereas with a luxury remodel, you have all the options available to you. Marble is usually the dream in a luxury kitchen. People dream about marble because for thousands of years, this was the most impressive stone material. It's something that's looked up at as, oh, and everything was marble. And you just feel like, wow, it must have been very expensive. So we associate marble with that level of quality. Think of the Colosseum and all these statues in the museums are made of marble. So up until very recently, marble was the go-to choice when the budget allowed it. But the setbacks that come with it, how easily it stains, how easily it can chip, how expensive it is, quartz has been knocking it out when it comes to that final decision of what's practical, what fits the budget, what options and styles are available to us. So marble will never go out of style. Marble is a fantastic, beautiful, luxurious material that you want to touch it, you want to feel it, you want that energy in your house, but it comes at a price which is more than just money. It's also practicality. Marble and granite has been around for generations. Quartz is a more recent invention, and quartz is made by grinding up natural stone, combining it with resin, like a industrial strength kind of a glue, and then combining some pigments with some other little tricks of the trade to be able to create the look of marble, but having a lower price point and a stronger quality. Marble, quartz, granite, porcelain, each have their strengths and their trade-offs. Your choice depends on your lifestyle, budget, and your design vision. I hope all this information was helpful to you in understanding more about the different material options you have for your countertop. To find out more and get a quote about your own countertop, you can click the link in the description. We'll be happy to serve you.